Well, good morning everybody. What a beautiful morning it is. It's going to be a warm day today. It's a bit cool at the moment. It's about 8 degrees. I've just walked up the hill. So we're going to get out in the woods today. Cook up a bit of breakfast. See if I can find a decent log and have a crack at a Swedish torch. So come and join me in the woods. Let's give it a go. Perfect pile of logs there. I only want a small piece. I only want a piece about as thin as that. I might even get that and just saw it down, to be honest. But first of all, I'll go and set up camp, and if I don't find anything, I'll come to this spot and grab one of those. Well, I think this spot will do it. I've got some trees to put a hammock up if I want. I just need to go and find a log now that I can saw down. I want to do that first. Yeah, I'll do that first because then I've got that's in place then, isn't it? So I've got the silky big boy out. Let's go and see if I can find a log. what I'm thinking is I put a ridge line across there just to give me a sort of something to put my shelter on, put a tarp over it. I've got my hammock as well, so I can put the hammock in there. Yeah, so I've got a seat as well. I've just cut the log. I found a log that's not been long felled by the looks of it. So I've just cut a piece off about that long. I don't want to do a big Swedish torch because I'm only going to be here for a few hours. So I've cut that anyway. I'll start drilling that with the auger in a little while. But first of all, I'll need to get the camp set up. I've got my bungees, so I probably don't need to put a ridge line up. I can just put a bungee up actually. Yeah, so I've used bungees on the corners and obviously bungees on the centre as well. I've only got 5 bungees with me, so I've used all them. So on this corner I had to put a ridge line on. You can just see that going across to that tree over there. But yeah, the shelter's up, so now I can look at putting the hammock up. Yeah, so I've got, it's only a cheap hammock, but just packs down in the bottom of your pack. You don't really know you got it, to be honest. It packs all down into its own pocket. But it makes a perfect seat when you're out in the woods. That's it, hammocks up. Oh. Okay, let's get the rest of the camp set up. Right, I need a cuppa, so I need to get the stove on the go. As you can see, I've got the bush box. This is the steel one. I've had this quite a while now, and it served me well, so I'll just carry on with it for the time being. Right, I'm just gonna always carry a little bit of fat wood in my bag. It's always useful. I'm just going to scrape a couple of bits of that off. I'm just doing it on the bottom of my frying pan at the moment. I probably don't need any more than that really. That's it. That's those broken twigs and things around the floor which I used to get the fire going. So I've just been, this just a bit of stick this is. I need to make some leverage for the auger. So I've just got this bit of stick, but it's a bit too fat to fit through. So one end of it, I've just been trimming off to get it down, and that now the auger fits nicely on that. So I've now got some good leverage to make my hole. So this is the log that I cut earlier on. I did it before I even set up camp, to be honest. But basically I've got to drill down into the log, but I'm going to have to go the full length of my auger because it's not the longest one in the world. So I'm going to have to go down probably down to there and then go in through the side. But the first thing to do is really get the vertical one done first. Right. Now I've not done one of these before, so just bear with me on this. God, it's harder than I thought, to be honest. I feel one of those a few moments later things coming on.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I'm still going. I've got down probably about halfway. It is hard work though, it's really hard going. It seems to be a bit softer in the middle than it was to start with. But I literally can't go any further now. So as you can see, I've gone right down to the hilt of the auger. See if I can get some of this sawdust out. I'll perhaps keep this sawdust because I can put that on my fire actually. Put it in this spare cup. Oh well, can't get no more. Right. So the next thing then is to start drilling downwards. So I know that it's going to be about that distance. So I just make a mark. So I've just made a mark there in like a pilot hole, so I need to just start drilling down. And this is a lot harder than it looks, believe you me.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Now I don't want to go all the way through on this, so I'm literally, I need to go halfway, don't I, basically. Let's see if I can get this sawdust out. Right, so I've now got a hole in the top and I've got a hole in the side. Looks like a bird box, doesn't it? Right, so I've still got a lot of sawdust in there though. I don't know whether I need to take sawdust out or not, to be honest with you, because I am going to put a like a firelighter thing down in there anyway to get it going. So let's clear a bit of I ain't got a clue if this is going to work or not, you know. I can't see any reason why it won't, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, so what I was planning to do was use one of these firelighter wool things and just put some of that down it. And then light that and see how we get on. Do I put some in the side as well? Don't know. No, don't. There it is. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's give it a go. Need to have a bit of coffee though. The idea is that I'll just use my ferro rod and light that and just let it burn, I guess. Right, okay, so I've lit it at the bottom as well as the top, as you can see. I guess that's all I need to do then. Right, enjoy my cuppa. Right, so I think we've got this going now. I think there was a bit of a blockage inside and the oxygen wasn't getting in. But what I'll do, the handle that I made for the auger, I'm going to cut that in half and then use that as a pot stand. I'm going to see if I can boil myself pot of water. I'll put them either side of it like that. I know they're going to burn, but not quicker than a pot of water would, I expect. Right. And then I need to cook myself some breakfast because I'm getting hungry. Now it's a little bit smoky, but you can sort of get the idea. I can hear the water boiling now. You can see inside there it's burning quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that Swedish torch. That's come out really well. And I was just going to boil some water on it and then cook my breakfast on my bush box, but actually, you know, I'm going to cook my breakfast on this Swedish torch. Enjoy this. Fried breakfast cooked on a Swedish torch. So camp's all cleared up now. The tarp was going across from that tree to that tree, as was the hammock. They've been packed away now. I had the Swedish torch burning just down here. I've got rid of all of the charcoal. No, I tell a lie. I've left one little piece of charcoal there. So we throw that over yonder there. I love this spot, and I'll come back to this spot. So I've marked it on my what 3 words, which makes it even more important to leave no trace. You'd never know I've been here. Look at all this lovely oak deadfall. Nice if you're having a fire. Yeah, so just making my way out of the woods now. So I think I saw a couple of deer running. They're very stealthy, muntjacks. Back out on the pathway now. Not far away really from where I went into the woods. So this is where I went in, where I entered the woods. Along this path here, this trail. You go up past the holly tree that's up there, which is a landmark that I use. The bluebells really are dying off. What a difference a couple of weeks makes. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that time in the woods. Such a beautiful day as well. I'm just coming out of the woods now into the sunshine, and it is quite bright. I might need to put my sunglasses on, to be honest. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Yeah, and to finally get a Swedish torch going. I was with SG Outdoor Explorer recently, where he tried to get one going, and for whatever reason it didn't work out. But I'm sure that now I've done one, Gavin will try and do one as well. There's the challenge, Gav. So look out in the near future on SG Outdoor Explorer for a successful Swedish torch. No pressure. But anyway, enough of that. It was a good breakfast as well. Not the most healthiest of options, I know. But hey, we're in the woods. I reckon it's going to get to about 25 degrees today. Bring it on. But look, you know, I know I say this every week, and I hope you don't get fed up with it. But if you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up and a like. If you didn't like it, fine, it doesn't matter. But some constructive feedback would be good. Help me get better at it, I guess. But no matter what, I will continue coming to the woods, continue doing what I love, continue getting the exercise, and continue being in the great outdoors. And it won't be long before I'm back in the woods again. But until then, get yourselves out there and stay safe out there.